Thank you, Presiding Officer. When New Labour's hero, Tony Blair, said he regretted bringing in the Freedom of Information Act, he didn't mean because it didn't go far enough. He meant it had given people access to information that he wished he hadn't granted them. Tony Blair may have left office, but Welsh Labour are carrying on where he left off as far as hoping to keep information requiring public bodies to disclose to the public how much time public sector employees are spending on union activities is a blatant attempt to hide information Labour feel the public will dislike. Labour must know that the information will cause outrage among taxpayers of Wales, otherwise there would be no reason to withhold it. Were people to ask how much money and time is being spent on any other activity undertaken by public sector employees, denying the public the answers would not be tolerated. If this legislation proceeds, I think I would be justified in filing an FOI request every week, asking how much time has been spent on union activity and to let the public know myself. I also share the public's view that strike ballots should be subject to at least a minimum level of approval by union members. I am concerned for workers' rights, and it's important to remember that unions have done a huge amount to improve workers' conditions and wages. But it seems reasonable that there should be a minimum threshold for support by members before industrial action can take place. To those who claim that the new rules would obstruct unions from representing their members, I would say this. If you can't get enough support from your members presenting their views, if a strike ballot fails to reach that level of support, it would be no one's fault but the unions. The public seems to support a minimum threshold for strike action, and Labour's objection to it can only be because they value their union donors more than they value transparency and what the public want. Labour needs to remember that the public sector is there to serve the taxpayer, not the other way around. Thank you.
Llywyd, I think members across the chamber have dealt with the threshold issue very successfully this afternoon. The member herself would not be here if she subjected herself to the argument that she is so keen to subject others. As to her first point about information, I hope I can help her there. I could let her know that 2.2% of private sector workplaces have a full-time trade union representative. 2.8% of public sector workplaces have a full-time representative. 84% of employers agreed with the proposition that having such a representative was helpful to them in the conduct of their work. That information, far from being secret or kept away from the public, is to be found published by the Department for Communities and Local Government, and the member is welcome to pursue that source for more information of the sort she seems so keen to obtain.